Okay, so we're ready for lesson number 2, and we're going to go ahead and begin to disassemble this vehicle. Um, we're going to talk about bag and tag. I've already took a couple of bolts out, and I've got a couple of tools here to just kind of show you what kind of tools I'm using. I've got just a simple clip tool, Phillips screwdriver, plier clip tool, and then I've got my old trusty cordless here. I use those quite a bit. And then I got a quarter drive ratchet. I also have some Ziploc bags and magic marker. So basically what I'm going to do is every bolt that I take off of this vehicle, I'm going to bag. So every bolt that comes off of the bumper or the rear cover, I'm going to simply put in a bag, and I'm going to write rear cover on it right here. 2021 Honda CRV rear cover. Put all the hardware in it, and then that way when we go back to put this vehicle back together, it's going to be very simple. Now, there's a couple of things you can do here. If you want to break it down, let's say you've never taken something apart before and you want to break it down a little deeper, you can make it even more easier than that. You can put right side bumper bolts and tail lights together and bag and tag that. Then you can put the right side. I said right side already, didn't I? Okay. Here's another lesson. Does anybody know how to tell what side the vehicle is, right side and left side? It's either standing behind the vehicle like this or sitting in the driver's seat. Left will be over here and right will be the passenger side. So let's get that straight. Or you can put your right side bolts all in one. I prefer to just put them all in one bag. I'm going to put all my bumper bolts in one bag. They're pretty well dummy proof. Dummy proof means that they're only going to go in one location. So this 2-part clip here is going to be on the bottom. I know that already. These Phillips head screws are going to go in the fender liner area or the wheelhouse, and these are going to go to the taillights. So I've got it set up here to remove those, so I'm going to pop them off real quick for you. Let me back this up where you can kind of see. The wheelhouse moldings, notice over here, are pop-on style. A lot of these are this way. I'm going to inspect it to make sure there's no bolts, nuts, or screws inside of here. Then I'm just going to simply get a hold of it and begin to pull it. I've already broke it loose. Don't be afraid of these. If it's a pull type, sometimes you got to really pull on it. Sometimes they'll even break. It's not a big deal. It's a cheap part to replace, but I got lucky on these and it didn't break. So now once I've tore it down, I see that there's a Phillips head screw and a 2-part clip right here. So I'm going to go ahead and pull those both real quick. A lot of times these clips can break real easy too. Sometimes they're made out of really hard plastic, and they just break. Got lucky on that one though. So now I'm all loose. Now let me teach you a little bumper trick here. Typically all of our bumpers on today's vehicles have what's called a retaining clip rail in it, which is made out of hard plastic just like this. I went ahead and bought another one for that side over there because they break. I don't have one for this side, so I'm going to very carefully take it apart. Basically, all this does is sit inside of here, and those little tangs hold the edge of the bumper on. Pretty simple. I need to pull the tail light out first. Most of your taillights have a retaining clip in them. Typically there's going to be 2, sometimes 3 screws. This one only has 2, and you just have to very carefully grab all of it and pull it. Typically what I'll do is fingertip it around the edges, give it a little pull, nice little pull, and it comes right out of there. Now, I'm going to continue to take this apart. There's no point in me just letting this run. I'm trying to make the video short, so I will go ahead and take the rest of this apart and then we'll start part 3. Okay, so now we're going to go ahead and remove the bumper. I've got most of the bolts and clips out of it, I think. So I just kind of wanted to show you how this works. These are those tangs that I was talking about. 9 times out of 10, all of your import cars now have these. You can see this is going to sit inside of here. And basically the bumper lip is just going to go over these little tangs. So you have to just kind of pop it off of there very quickly. It's kind of a weird feeling because it's almost like you feel like you're going to break something, but the best you can do is get your fingers up in there and kind of pull at it, get a good handle on it, and just give it a quick little pull and they'll pop right out of there. This one came off real easy. Let's go to the other side. I haven't actually started it. So let's pull it off. And I'll pop it out of here. Notice I'm going to fingertip it here, pull it out. Slowly just kind of quick pull with those. It's like a little quick snap. They are a hard plastic and they do break. But the good news is they're only like 15 bucks. So if I break one, it's not a big deal. I'm just going to replace it. Now I'm going to go ahead and pull the cover loose. I can see that there's no sensors in there. The vehicle is really dirty. We did see this. So we're going to take it over to the wash bay and wash it. But I don't see any other damage, and that's the good thing, is back behind the point of impact, which was right here. I'm not seeing any kind of damage in this area, so I think we're in good shape. I'm going to inspect this sensor pack right here. We're going to check it out and see what's going on here. This is probably could be a radar, could be LiDAR, could be some type of sensor. So we've already done our homework and we know that if we mess with that, we're going to have to recalibrate that. So we're not going to move that. Thankfully, none of the inner panel is damaged and we'll be able to do that. This little flap right here is an air release, and I'll just show you real quick how those work. Typically when you shut a door on a car, these are designed to release the air out of the cabin of the vehicle. I'll demonstrate by shutting this lid. Watch the flap open when I shut this door. Notice the air blow out of that. The reason why cars have that is because these rubber seals that are around the car, those are designed to seal the vehicle. So if you did not have that to release the air when you shut the door, it would cause all your seals to be bad. So, trim and hardware. Here's the tools necessary to remove the bumper. Time to bag and tag. I need to get these in the bags properly, and I'll show that next. And get this thing cleaned up. So then we're going to prepare the part, make sure it fits, and then get this thing ready to paint.